Okay, on the draw, Dimir Midrange, slow version of the typical aggro deck. Let's see how this goes. We've got our favorite turn 1 play, Undercity Sewers. Looks like Golgari Midrange. We can ditch the Sheoldred, Resurrected with the Reef into the Invasion of Amonkhet. It looks like we're against Golgari combo. Definitely Golgari. So we're looking to go with the Deep-Cavern Bat. And hopefully he plays a creature that we can use. Liliana of the Veil. Like. Wow. Innkeeper's talent already. That's gonna be a good drop for him. Interesting. He goes straight for, knowing that he's doesn't have a land he can drop Sheoldred. We probably want him to. Or you can go for Innkeeper's talent, which would be quite a problem. So what we could do instead is grab that cut down again. Just keep irritating him. He doesn't have a land. Always take the cut down. The cut down makes it so that he has to waste his go for the throat. Big problem when he has to deal with Sheoldred if he's only got a cut down in his hand. That's if he wants cut down back. Smart player will realize that cut down's had its use. There's no point playing it. At this point, we now have the Dread Knight because he knows that he can capitalize with the Innkeeper's talent next turn. It would be great if we could Spell Stutter it, but I think he'll have enough mana up. Assuming that he has the ability to Spell Stutter, it might be better just to go for. He's got 2 Innkeepers, so either which way he's going to get it done. There's no real point. In this scenario, it might actually just be better to go for the Invasion. The Evasion strips a card out of his hand. We've got the Reef. We're looking for a land draw here so that we can get the Reef. We're going to cut down his Dread Knight. He ditches a talent. Very interesting. We get a Slasher. We'll attack his face in so that we can gain some life. That's what we're after. Some life gain on this one. Great. End turn. Interesting that he doesn't play that he goes for the attack here. So would have expected him not to. Unless he's hoping that I kill it so that he can draw a card. Ideally we would want Faerie Mastermind, because Faerie Mastermind gives us the ability to draw a card every time he plays this. If we draw a land, which we don't, he can have go for the throat. Slasher is a good aggressive play here. Causes him a lot of grief. We want him to play a creature that we can kill with Liliana. So let us try and force the Sheoldred. He will want to go for the throat this. Otherwise he will risk losing 9 life next turn. He looks for this play. Very interesting. So he says to us, he doesn't mind losing 9 life, make it 10. Basically allowing us to go for lethal the turn thereafter. We don't care if he draws cards. Puts him down to 6. Finally gets his Sheoldred, but it's too late. the optimal play is to hit him again. Actually, let's make him discard first. We get him to discard a card. We don't need the 3 steps ahead, unfortunately. In this game, it's not as good. We then go play the second Liliana, yes. Choose Lyric Rune you wish to keep. We then negative so that we can get him to sacrifice a permanent. We attack his face again. He now loses. He only has 1 life left. He goes for the throat but he loses to the bat. Goes for the throat again. And the Spell Stutter should win the game. The end. So we're against Golgari Midrange. He's not playing Broncos. The scariest part is the combo. We're worried about Planeswalkers. Edict will do well here. We also like the end for this game because we get to remove his threats and reduce the amount of impact he has. Negates are brilliant because of the combo that can absolutely wreck us. We then go for Duress as well because it is a very good card against him in general. Just stripping out either removal options so that we can win with Sheoldred, or getting rid of the big impact Planeswalkers and talent. The absolute worst thing that can happen is even resolving a bat and then perpetually giving it counters, which basically puts us completely out of reach. This is why Slasher comes in so in handy here. One of our best cards is Faerie Mastermind, as it will continuously draw us cards. We also enjoy the fact that we've got Anoint with Affliction. This is one of the games that we take out Cut Down, as it is only useful against the bat. Another creature that we do not need in this match is Lazav, even though he is very good at grinding. Ertai is really good in this game because he's probably one of the few cards, if not the only card, that can save us against the Vraska combo. The Gex's command is probably not what we need considering the board presence. We do like to put in at least 1 deadly cover up in case it gets out of hand. We need a sweep. Sweeping also surgically extracts potentially Innkeeper's Talent or Vraska so that he cannot combo us anymore. That's kind of the way we want to go sideboard wise. The only issue is, as usual, we've sideboarded in too many cards and now we need to trim. So at this stage we're probably going to cut 1 Duress. If we see bats and we have a likelihood, if we see bats and Broncos game 2, we'll probably cut the Duresses out and go with cut downs again, because it just depends on which version of Golgari. Some Golgari decks are playing a little bit more slow control, others are playing more aggressive. The more aggressive ones, you want more removal. The other ones that are slow control, more combo heavy, you want the Duress. I opted in for a little bit more cards in the main deck because we've got a draw engine and we should be okay. This is a pretty good hand considering we can now remove absolutely everything he throws at us. He doesn't play Preacher. If he does, it's good to just remove it with the throat, trading 1 for 1 instead of giving him value. The next problem we have is we're going third on this play due to the fact that we have to play a tap land off of his draw play. He's got Leyline of the Void because he's scared of our Invasion of Amonkhet. Invasion of Amonkhet is shut down by this. However, it still is very good for us to play because it still is a +1 in card advantage. The entire premise of this deck is to literally outvalue the opponent by trading 1 for 1 with key pieces and then playing something that he just overwhelms him, like Sheoldred, when he has nothing left. He will attempt to outgrind us, but he will to no avail. We now have the ability to play a land and we pass. He did mulligan down, well, not really. He played out 2 Leyline of the Voids, which doesn't really get him very far into the game. He does have access to his graveyard. He gets a Mosswood Dreadnought developed. which doesn't worry us as much. We could probably throw it here, saving us some time. This does give him card advantage though, which he will most likely lose if he doesn't play the draw spell next turn. We get a slasher. The slasher here is an amazing draw. However, let's see what we exile out of our library. A bat's a land. He mulls a Sheoldred. Because remember, the thing about the invasion is it doesn't just hit our graveyard, it also goes after his. So by him discarding stuff into the grave, we can still flip it and get a very powerful spell since we're against midrange. A really good card against this deck is Invasion. Yes, him going in like this doesn't really worry us as much. We can now develop the slasher and hope that he wastes a removal spell on the slasher. He does manage to, if he goes for the removal spell, like go for the throat or cut down, he goes for the Liliana. The Liliana play kills our guy, but that's alright, he gets exiled. It's not the biggest problem in the world, considering we now have Sheoldred, and he will need to basically kill the Sheoldred off of and go for the throat. Instead of doing that, we're going to flash in the Enduring Curiosity. Leyline of the Void does hurt us here because we do make use of the graveyard to give us a significant card advantage. It is just not as bad as he goes for the Duress. We're probably looking for a negate. He's worried. I wonder what he's thinking. We're gonna flash in the Enduring Curiosity. He chucks the negate. He plays the Innkeeper's Talent. We can respond very swiftly with an Enduring Curiosity. He does have the option to play a land. He will go for the discard option. We will have to ditch. He plays level 2. He gets a void counter. The interesting part is we are able to still flip. Each player discards a card. He's stripping himself bare. We do have Sheoldred. The question is, do we go for it? We've got the Demolition Zone as well. We now have the ability to basically flip over a Sheoldred and draw a card. We can also go for the Liliana of the Veil. The absolute best play here is to kill the Liliana and the Invasion, flipping them over and making sure that we resolve a Sheoldred. Even though Sheoldred is good here, Sheoldred does guard us against the impending problem, which is the Dread Knight play. And if he does kill his own Sheoldred, we can just play our own, because this is a great go for the throat target. Another option was for us to resurrect Glister the Sunslayer, and in hindsight maybe that was the better play, considering it can over time just keep eradicating his enchantments with her first strike ability. And that's it. Our opponent has had enough.